Live from San Diego's news source, 10 News starts now.
A program that helps veterans re-enter civilian life picked up some vital funding. The announcement took place at the latest REBOOT graduation ceremony in Mission Valley today. Bank of America's charitable foundation gave a $100,000 grant to the program. REBOOT is a 3-week reverse boot camp workshop provided by the National Veterans Transition Services. So far, REBOOT has helped 400 service men and women in San Diego.
You're watching the KUSI News at 10.
Dozens of veterans are ready to transition back to civilian life thanks to a program called REBOOT. A graduation ceremony was held today in Mission Valley. Veterans finished a 3-week workshop that provides extensive training, career planning, and networking. REBOOT gives vets the tools they need to succeed in the civilian world. The organization also received a $100,000 donation today from Bank of America.
San Diego 6 News at 10.
Graduation ceremony was held today for military veterans who took part in the REBOOT program, geared to help them transition into civilian life. Today marked the 26th graduating class of the program, and Bank of America announced a $100,000 donation to help the cause. Bank of America also provides financial, literacy, and other support throughout the year for the REBOOT organization.
Bank of America is involved in the community in San Diego, and San Diego is a military town first and foremost, and we want to be able to serve those who've served our country.
The program's main mission is to provide former service members with job placement, training, and educational services in their post-military careers.
Serving all of San Diego, this is your Fox 5 News.
And good evening, everyone. As so many Americans know, war is hell, and returning to civilian life can be a tough go, too. Just finding a job can be a whole new enemy to defeat, but there are people helping. A case in point tonight from James Carl.
Yeah, that's right, guys. It's a nonprofit organization that helps military service members transition back into civilian life. It's obviously very, very important. And today in Mission Valley, REBOOT is celebrating their 26th graduating class.
What we want to do is kind of turn the agenda.
For the past year and a half, Maurice Wilson and the rest of his nonprofit organization, the National Veterans Transition Services, has offered a class called REBOOT.
Conclude or maybe end up with
the program focuses on reintegration because while the military currently does have a transition class, it only lasts 3 to 5 days. The REBOOT program is 3 weeks.
Coming into the military, everyone has to go through 8 to 12 weeks of indoctrination. Well, we need the same thing coming on the outside.
The former Navy Master Chief gave 26 years of service. Wilson recalls his own struggles with the differences between civilian and military life.
It was a wake-up call. They didn't really care much about Master Chief. They cared more about Maurice.
Located in Mission Valley, REBOOT was celebrating their 26th graduating class, as well as a generous $100,000 donation given by Bank of America. State Assemblyman and former Marine Nathan Fletcher was there as a keynote speaker, even poking fun at his now well-coiffed head of hair.
I was down at MCRD and I was lost, and this drill instructor, a hack, came up to me and he said, "Are you a Marine?" And I said, "Well, no longer on active or reserve status, but once a Marine, always a Marine." And he looked at me and said, "Well, sir, if you're a Marine and you're lost, you must certainly be looking for the barber shop."
But the focus of his message was that service members, especially those that are combat tested, have the skills and mindset to be great employees.
And I said, and if you hire that veteran and your internet goes down, he's not going to freak out. He's going to be all right.
But the real testament to the REBOOT classes, one by one, the graduates extolled its virtues.
I really think it's life-changing for me.
REBOOT has given me more focus in my life.
It helps you know that you can live the life the way you want to live it.
So of course the question is, why don't they have more of these classes? Well, the problem is funding. So if you'd like to help, go to our website, fox5sandiego.com, and click on the Scene On tab. You'll see a link there that'll take you to REBOOT's website. Reporting from Mission Valley, James Coe, Fox 5 News.
A San Diego program honored by the White House for helping veterans celebrated a graduation today. REBOOT is a 3-week workshop helping vets transition back into civilian life. It also helps reunite their families. Most of today's graduates describe it as life-changing. Former Navy sailor Carl Sutting says, like so many veterans, he felt lost until he came to REBOOT 3 weeks ago. He's now been inspired to serve as a firefighter. Iris Ayala Swindell served 10 years in the Navy as a career counselor. She's nervous because her husband is getting out of the Navy next week, but REBOOT has given her a new sense of purpose. 18 military vets, many with more than 20 years of service, like Lenore Langlis, have had to learn how to apply their military perseverance to civilian life.
In the military, they teach you selflessness. It's all about giving to the mission and the vision. And the biggest thing for me now that I'm stepping out into the civilian world, I bring my individual character, my diversity, and most of all, my skill level that will be seen as a benefit to not only a team, but to me coming on board their team.
More than 300 people have gone through the workshop, and today, REBOOT received a $100,000 check from Bank of America to keep the program going.
This really helps us open up the floodgates a little bit more. Currently, we are booked for up to 15 months in terms of trying to get individuals in the workshop. So this is going to help us expand the program and offer this to more individuals that need it, especially those in the early out program that are really desperate for a solution.
When you leave, there's no structure to help you in your new life. And so what we're seeing here at REBOOT is it's behavioral training to be able to help our vets do that transition back into the civilian world.
This was the 26th class to graduate from REBOOT since it started about a year and a half ago.